All right, welcome to Dean Bodie Show. Dean Bodie Show. How's everybody doing? What's going on? Remember, Dean Bodie Show, YouTube channel, DEANBODI space show is a YouTube channel. And Dean Bodie Podcast, wherever you get podcasts, Apple, Spotify, Google, Stitcher. We're on the main platforms for your convenience. And remember, deanbodie.com. You can go to the website, and we got the link set up there for you to just launch right over to the podcast, launch the other way over to the YouTube channel, dialed in. How fun is that? Back and forth and back is how we do it here, Dean Bodie. Man, we're going down a cool rabbit hole today because that's what we do. So, senior skip day, we're going down there, then we're crossing, that's going back to, 1981, then we're going to fly around the corner, take a little bit of detour, going into the early 90s, when I used to bartend at a nightclub called the Pump Club. Oh yeah! So going back to senior skip day, you got to remember, this senior skip day stuff was actually okay to do, in a way. It wasn't like it was okay, but it was just something that was understood by the teachers, by the school itself. It was kind of an interesting vibe. You know you shouldn't have been doing it, but you did it anyway, knowing that you really weren't going to get in trouble because the announcement of senior skip day was basically around the entire school. So the goody two-shoes followed the rules, and guys like us made a move. So got into a van, shout out to Eddie and his white van, and a couple of my other friends, went down to like Bertram Park, it's over by Fort Lauderdale, and drank a little too much wine that day. Man, you're excited about being a senior, you're coming of age, and just back in the day, that was just the way we did it, man. And man, I remember going into the woods, okay, and we're chasing each other through the woods, and I'm a little bit tipsy. Or back in the days when I didn't do that really ever, but yes, you can get hammered off just wine. Big jug of red wine, whatever you wanted to call it, the low grade Boone's Farm, whatever we could do, a little hit of the Mad Dog 2020, if you know what I'm saying, and I was hammered. And chasing my friends through the woods in this muddy, I think it was a little bit of a rain and mud, and my foot just sunk right into the mud, and I was trying to tell them, wait for me, wait for me. For some reason, I'm like hammered and terrified, like I was lost in the Amazon jungle. Okay, foot went into the mud, I pulled my leg up, the shoe came off of my foot because it was stuck about 2 feet down into the mud. What a nightmare. And I just kept running. Now I had to find my friends and make it back. And everyone's just laughing and giggling. And just make it back to the van so we can make it home. That's all I cared about. But I felt like I was so lost. And 2 steps away was A1A right by the beach in Lauderdale. The other step was like a trail going right out to the front of the park. But in the mindset that I was in, man, it was terrifying. So we made it back. I was totally covered in mud because I not only pulled my foot out with no shoe, but I fell face down into the mud, covered in stinky and swampy mud. Made it back, took all my clothes off in the garage, and said, I'm home. And everything ended up working out okay. Lesson learned. Back to school the next day. We'll chalk that one up to one of the cool memories of senior skip day. But I remember the mindset that it was kind of like taboo, but we kind of got away with it and nobody got in trouble. Those were the days. Those were the days, my friend. I thought they'd never end. Da-da-da-dee, ya-da-da-da-dee. Oh, back in the day when we're doing songs like Burn Rubber by the Gap Band and Celebrate Good Times, come on. Kool and the Gang, okay? I gave you my money, I gave you my time, why you wanna hurt me, girl? I'm just curious, I'm just curious, why you wanna hurt me, girl? Just because you're not for me. Why you wanna hurt me, girl? Oh my God, the Gap Band. Okay, look, going back in the time warp. If you don't know these songs, get them on iTunes. And man, I would transport me right back to the time. Otherwise, get your own playlist. Dial yourself in what makes you get those endorphins going like we always talk about. And get that brain back on track. Don't get caught up in the funk all day with all this stuff going on. COVID, schmovid, pandemic, schmandemic. Where's Hunter? Has anybody seen Hunter? Hello? Run, Hunter, run! Like that Forrest Gump, run, Forrest, run. That's what I think's going on with Hunter. Anybody seen Dr. Fettuccine? Fugazi? Fauci? Whatever his name is? What happened to him? Is he getting like the COVID antidote somewhere in the cave up in the Appalachian Mountains? Huh? Come on. As I channel one of my favorite actors of all time, Gene Wilder, from one of my favorite movies of all time, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Okay. It clearly states right here, Section 4, Paragraph 3, Escanbatum, Gadunum, Scansquatum, that you stole fizzy lifting drinks. You bumped in the ceiling, which has to be washed and sterilized, so you lose, sir. You get nothing. Good day, sir. You crook. You swindler. How do you boost up a boy's dreams like this and then smash them all into pieces? You're a scoundrel. I said good day. Ow! One of the greatest scenes of all time. Willy Wonka. I've seen the movie a gazillion times, and every time I watch it, it's like watching it for the first time again. I said good day, sir. More of that needs to be done right now. You lose. You stole fizzy lifting drinks. You bumped into the ceiling that now has to be washed and sterilized. Good day, sir. So that's my senior skip day. And look, I'm going to take you on a little hard left. We're going a hard left right now. And we're going to a place that I used to work at called the Pump Club. Another nightclub. Hey, Millie, he's going to the other nightclub now called the Pump Club. He is cool. This place was a trip. We're going to Marietta, Georgia, right off Franklin Road, way back and behind the plaza, the Pump Club, where they thought it'd be a good idea to dress us up in, I don't know, jazzercise outfits. We had these sweats, like these muscle shirts, and the sweatpants, like the old parachute pants with the Velcro and all. Seriously. Not the parachute pants. The, whatever you call those things. Those weird sweatpants that had the Velcro belt. We looked pretty ridiculous. The place was the new thing on the block as it was. And another one with the male review, because there was ladies' night and the feeling's right. Oh, yes, this ladies' night. Oh, what a night. And wherever the ladies go, the boys go. So that's why the male reviews are all about to draw in the women. The guys would show up because the women were there. And that was one of the busiest nights of the week, mind you. Usually on a Wednesday night for some reason. Go figure. So the light show was awesome. The DJ, man, they put it together. I remember the male review guy coming, the MC guy. He's rolling around in roller skates, introducing, here comes Bill. Look out. He's a da-da-da-da. And this place was nuts. And the outfits were ridiculous. As the story goes with this, and we did drink a little bit behind the bar at this place. Not a good idea. I would show up for work, and just to set the mood before my shift, I would have a vodka and cranberry. Boom, let's get the show on the road. Okay? And we all kind of acted the same like that. It was kind of a burn right through this place. It didn't last very long. And some story goes, somebody stole the safe, $50,000 gone, boom, boom, boom. Goodbye, nightclub. So, what a trip that was. But it was one of those phases in my life I will never forget. Oh, shout out to T-bone. T-bone was a bartender there, and it was nice working with him. I remember, too, that he also did DJ on the side. T-Bone, shout out to you, man. You tried to teach me how to DJ at the strip club that he was working at, and he would just use the CDs and set it with the CDs. And coming up on stage 9, it's Lavender. Look out. Get your greenbacks out. Get your dollar bills out. I was trying to do that. It's not as easy as it sounds. The DJ is a whole nother category. You can be the bartender, flipping bottles behind your back, doing your thing, lip sync contest, boom, boom, boom. Then you sit in the seat of the DJ. Whole different world. I gave it a shot. It didn't go very well. So I tried it for a couple days and I said, nope, bartending, we'll go back to that again. So listen, shout out to all the DJs out there, man. You get my respect after doing that. Just like I had a hard lesson with my drumming career and got put in my place. Some things just aren't meant for everybody. Okay? So that's what's going on with the Pump Club. That place was wild. And let me tell you, one thing at the Pump Club that you never want to do, and those of you that are in the biz know this big time, and this was a place where you didn't have the pour tests and all that. It was just free for all. And I should have known it was going to be kind of a weird disaster when they gave us the uniforms. I don't know if I was going to Jazzersize and I was going to start dancing around to Olivia Newton-John song. Olivia Newton song, whatever her name is, I forget. You know, what was that song that she had? Let's get physical. That's what I felt like I looked like. But, you know, one time, I'll give you an example of a big no-no when it comes to the bar business. Taking the Well brand whiskey, Mickey's whiskey, let's call it, and filling up a Jack Daniels bottle that you're not supposed to do because you don't have it. The head bartender or the manager forgot to order it. And you need to get some, so you put it in the well and you try to disguise it. And all of a sudden, one night, the wrong guy came in. And he held up his glass and he says, "This is not Jack Daniels." And listen, let me tell you something. Mr. Billy Bob Danny Frank, who drinks it every day, 5 times a day, knew exactly what he was talking about. And I just went and swallowed a ruh-roh. Oh, yes, it is. Look at the bottle. I'm like trying to walk it back and try to convince him. And this guy drinks it all day long, every day like it's water. And I'm going to tell him that's the real thing. Universal face. Remember this face? Good girl, Bodie. Good girl. Good girl, Bodie. She's the best girl in the world. So trying to disguise that Well brand into the Jack Daniels bottle will get you in big trouble, right? So this deserves not good. So it was an embarrassing night. The club didn't last very long. It was a phase in my life where actually also during that time, I thought it would be a good idea to go work across the parking lot at the Chili's early in the morning as a second job. I don't know. I was in the phase of, let me just see if I can work around the clock. Let's get off the Pump Club at 2 in the morning, set my alarm for, 3 hours later, and get up and start chopping salads at Chili's. Oh! No, it didn't last very long. Are you kidding me? I might have made it through like maybe 2 paychecks, and it was over. After you get off your shift, you're waking up with a little bit of a hangover, you're chopping lettuce, and you're getting yelled at by the manager because your chicken pieces were this big, not this big. Oh! So we moved on from that, but still a great time. And as you're bouncing around from club to club as a bartender, man, there were bars all over the place in Atlanta. They were all fun. Man, there was always something to do, big time. So we've been down to Club Anytime, guys. Now we're going to... Went to the Pump Club. We talked about Studebakers. Oh, there's more, and we'll be coming at you that at another time. But, I was also thinking back, man, I got to take you on this journey back to when we're going back to bands like Kiss, when we were young, and we're going back to like maybe 8th grade. And who can do the air band the best? Who can imitate the Kiss guitarist? And there was always one kid that could do the Ace Frehley pose with the guitar low and this face perfectly. And not everybody can do it right. Some kids just do it better than others. And I remember this one kid, and the apartments I was living in down in Miami, and he would just nail the pose, and I was trying to copy what he was doing, and it just wasn't working out. But oh man, Gene Simmons, Paul Stanley, Ace Frehley, and Peter Criss from Kiss. Oh, that music was intense. Oh, Beth, what can I do? Beth, I hear you calling, but I can't come home right now. Me and the boys are playing, and we just can't find the sound. Just a few more hours, and I'll be right home to you. Oh, Beth, I hear you calling. Oh, Beth, what can I do? Beth, what can I do? I'm about to cry right now. That's how these times in my life were so special. And the people I was around at the time, my friends and everything, unbelievable. The senior skip day, what a blast to think back on that. Covered in mud, made it home, and just the mindset of the world was a really different place. And the Pump Club, oh, going through that. Oh, the one thing about the Pump Club, wait a second.
Hey, Millie, he forgot to say something about the Pump Club. Pay attention. Okay.
They had the greatest hamburgers called tequila burgers. What were they? Little burgers that big, tequila on them on the grill, bam, bam, boom, put the cheese on them, little bun. Oh, man. You want to talk about good? It's kind of like those little crystal hamburgers or burger bites from an old place called Bennigan's. Eat them by the dozen, but these were more plump, but these tequila burgers were a big seller. Every place I worked in had their little special thing that had their thing. Just some of them just turned and burned and they couldn't last through the biz. And that's just how the story goes with nightclubs and all that stuff. So I hope you're having a great day today so far. And we're going to keep it coming at you. Dean Bodie Show podcast on a daily. Because life doesn't happen weekly and monthly. It happens on a daily. Right? Dean Bodie Show, DEANBODI space show is the YouTube channel. Dean Bodie Show podcast on where you get podcasts, Apple, Spotify, Google. And also you're going to see the little teaser videos in there, -1 meaning part 1. And then you'll see the other longer podcast video like we're doing right now, which will link up to the other one, the teaser as I'm calling it, because it's just fun, little tickler preview. That's kind of the how we're doing it over here at Dean Bodie. And we'll put a -2 so you know it kind of links up to that. And that's how we're going to roll. Daily, baby. Daily. So, she's a good girl, Bodie. She's the best girl in the world. She's a good girl, Bodie. Yeah, she's the best girl in the world. Oh, yeah. Have an awesome day. Don't steal fizzy lifting drinks so you don't bump into the ceiling so you get good day, sir. You lose. Have an awesome day. DeanBodie.com. We'll talk at you tomorrow. Take care.